Hello everyone, this is Humeyra Karakas from Bezmialem Foundation University, located in Istanbul, Turkey. I am in my second year as a master's student. Before starting my presentation, I would like to take the time to thank the organizers of this conference for giving me the opportunity to present my research. The topic of my presentation is Phytochemical Study on Endemic Polygonum Sibasicum Kittan Yıldız. The use of plants and mushrooms as medicine is old as mankind, and we have the evidence through preserved monuments, written documents, and original plants and mushrooms recovered. Today, things haven't changed much. Both developed and developing countries depend on one form of herbal drug or medicine derived from a plant source. So, what makes natural products so powerful? We know that terrestrial and marine organisms produce primary metabolites, such as carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins to grow. On the other hand, they depend on a second group of metabolites, which we call secondary metabolites. Secondary metabolites are mainly for their protection against the stress factors such as sunlight or parasites, while secondary metabolites are vital for plant defense system. We also depend on them as a source of nutrition, antioxidant, and beauty product. Today we will be focusing on the antioxidant properties of natural products. We all face one form of oxidative stress due to the imbalance of reactive oxygen species, such as hydroxyl, peroxyl, or alkoxyl radicals. Unfortunately, oxidative stress has been related to the onset of metabolic diseases, such as cardiovascular diseases, liver problems, and diabetes. Antioxidant is defined by Halliwell and Guthridge as any substance that, when present at relatively low concentrations, compared with those of the oxidizable substrate, significantly delays or inhibits oxidation of that substrate. Therefore, plants with high antioxidant capacity have been a subject of interest. The plant we would like to talk about is in Polygonum genus, so let's first talk about why Polygonum species are a good candidate for our study in general. Both Polygonum cuspidatum and multiflorum have been valued in traditional Chinese medicine for hundreds of years, and they are found in tens of preparations from hair darkening to liver kidney toner and anti-inflammatory agent. When we look at the composition, Polygonum cuspidatum is a great source of resveratrol, and both are rich in anthraquinones such as imodin and phenolics like retin. 7 out of 40 Polygonum species in Turkey are endemic. Among these, Polygonum sivasicum is the topic of our talk today. It's collected from Sivas, a mid-Anatolian city. Polygonum is known as madımak in Turkey and consumed as food. Due to the hypoglycemic effect, Polygonum species are commonly used by diabetic patients. Other uses are to stop long-lasting bleeding, to reduce hemorrhoids, to reduce vomiting, to treat diarrhea, and to pass kidney stones. Although Polygonum cognatum, Polygonum aviculare, and Polygonum bistortia are the most studied Polygonum species in our country, studies on endemic plants of this genus is very limited. Let's first look at the extraction method and antioxidant test procedures. All extracts, namely hexane, ethyl acetate, chloroform, and methanol, were prepared by maceration at room temperature. Also, a water infusion and a cooked plant sample were prepared. You can see the codes for each extracts and solvents used for antioxidant tests in the table. The first antioxidant test was ABTS cation radical scavenging assay. The extract scavenging capacity of radical cation is measured against the blank at 734 nanometers using an ELISA macroplate reader. The second test was DPPH free radical scavenging assay. The antioxidant capacity of each extract is monitored by recording the shift in the absorbance due to the color change from purple DPPH radical to colorless hydrogen-bonded DPPH. In cuprac assay, electron-donating antioxidants reduce copper 2 to copper 1. The changes are measured at 400 nanometers against the black. The chelating activity of the extracts on iron 2 was measured using ferrine method by Decker and Welch with slight modifications. Absorbance is recorded at 562 nanometers. In beta-carotene linoleic acid assay, the changes of beta-carotene concentration in a control sample and in a sample containing one of the extracts are monitored at 470 nanometers. The measurements are taken once in every 30 minutes. The chemical content of the lipid fraction of the plant was determined by converting it to methyl ester derivatives. A thermoscientific TSQ 8000 Ebru triple quadrupole GCMS system is used for this study. Phenolic profile for methanol extract of Polygonum suessicum is determined by LCMS. And next is the results. DPPH free radical scavenging assay, ABTS, cation radical scavenging assay, cuprac assay, methyl chelating assay, beta-carotene linoleic acid assays were carried out for 6 different samples, and their IC50 values are calculated and recorded in the table. Also, you can see the standards IC50 values. Our standards are BHT, BHA, alpha tocopherol, and ETA. Overall, ethyl acetate and methanol extracts are found to show the best antioxidant activities. Ethyl acetate extract shows the best result in cuprac assay with an IC50 value of 34.97 milligrams per liter, while chloroform extract exhibits significantly better results in beta-carotene linoleic acid assay with an IC50 value of 14.93 milligrams per liter. Methanol extract shows the best antioxidant activity in ABTS cation radical scavenging assay with an IC50 value of 25.9 milligrams per liter. Cooking the plant sample seems to improve its metal chelating capacity significantly, observed with an IC50 value of 155.48 milligrams per liter. When we look at the fatty acid profile, the major saturated fatty acid is found to be palmitic acid with 25.28%. 8,11-octadecadenoic acid and alpha-linolenic acid are found to be the major unsaturated fatty acids with 23.23% and 28.49% respectively. Phenolic profile for methanol extract of Polygonum suessicum determined by thermoorbitrap Q-exactive LCMS system. The major phenolics are hyperoside, chlorogenic acid, and rutin. Conclusions. Overall, ethyl acetate and methanol extracts of Polygonum suessicum are found to exhibit the best antioxidant activities. However, the highest antioxidant activity is observed in chloroform extract for beta-carotene linoleic acid assay. Palmitic acid is found to be the major saturated fatty acid, while 8,11-octadecadenoic acid and alpha-linolenic acid are the major unsaturated fatty acids in the hexane extract. Phenolic profile for methanol extract of Polygonum suessicum is determined by a thermoorbitrap Q-exactive. 60 standard phenolics listed in the library are used to identify 27 phenolics in the extract. The major phenolics in the methanol extract are found to be hyperoside, rutin, and chlorogenic acid. Future studies. Polygonum cognatum, Polygonum aviculare, and Polygonum bistortii are the most studied Polygonum species in our country, and 7 out of 40 Polygonum plants are endemic to Turkey, due to the richness of their secondary metabolites such as anthraquinones, stilbenes, triterpenes, and lack of bioactive molecule isolation studies on these plants. We find it essential to explore Polygonum sphaticum for future studies. Based on the traditional use of this plant and the scientific data we have, our future studies will also be on evaluating the anti-diabetic activity of Polygonum sphaticum. Thank you for listening my presentation. I also would like to thank Bezmialem Foundation University for funding this research by project number 2021-0829.